Hi everyone, I'm Ellen, and I got to mentor Jane this year, which was awesome. She was super pleasant throughout all of this crazy dependency management and kind of learning together, which I was really impressed by because she is in 6th grade, making her 8 years younger when she started web dev than I was. And yeah, she's just been really awesome. I'll let her go through the rest of her demo.
Hi, my name is Jane Wyatt, and I'm in 6th grade. And to further introduce my mentor, Ellen, she works for Square as a front-end engineer and is a user experience designer. She's in the LA area, and in her pastime, she enjoys playing golf. So from the base of my project, I decided to do a website where I could showcase all the photos I had taken on trips and in nature. I used CSS, React, which is a code used for GitHub, HTML, and JavaScript to code all my functions and design of my project. One challenge I found with using all these codes is I had to find a text editor that could provide me with all these codes and was able to handle all the different codes. I ended up using GitHub, which is, here's a screenshot of the layout of GitHub. You have basically your example, your code, and then all your files. For the functions in my program, or the main ideas of my program, I had 3 main topics. I had my menu bar, my gallery, and my slideshow. So for the slideshow, it was on the home page, and the slideshow contained a carousel function, which basically rotated the images throughout the front page. Here's an example of the code I used. So I introduced the carousel bootstrap, and then I just basically inputted what I wanted it to cycle or rotate. For the gallery, I took a bunch of time importing images and then giving them class names so they could be identified in the CSS file, and so they could be grouped together for certain types of design in CSS. And then for my menu bar, I used a router function, which told the computer if I press here, it's going to route me to this system, which is really helpful for the buttons. Here's an image of that code. Here I'm routing the header to the home page. So if you press on the header, it'll route you to the home page. And here are other examples of that. Some highlights from my Magic experience were, of course, learning JavaScript and HTML, React, and CSS. It gave me an opportunity to learn about all these different coding languages and to be comfortable with a bunch of different languages. Another highlight is being shown the world of coding. So by working with Ellen, I got to see what it's like to be a female coder in the world today and how you work on debugging and introducing different ideas. Another highlight was learning to problem solve and find bugs. There was a lot of times where I had no idea what was wrong with my code, and I had to look through all of it and try to find the mistake, which took time and could get frustrating, but you just have to keep being persistent and keep looking. And then I also enjoyed, of course, getting to know my mentor and learning from her. Some important lessons and challenges I had working with Magic was you always need to save. It happened many times where I didn't save and I had to start from square one, but in the end I ended up with a project that was saved. So I learned from that. Some questions. I had to learn how to answer questions of my own, so I met with Ellen once a week, but at the same time at home if I had a question, I couldn't just have her FaceTime me. I had to figure out how to figure it out on my own and look for debugging. Being flexible when new challenges arise was definitely a big one because of we moved I think 3 different editors throughout, and we had to figure out an editor that would accept all the photos, the storage, all the different codes, and so it took a while to find one that would work with all our products. And then moving different text editors, like I said. And then also learning that coding isn't like the alphabet. You don't memorize it. and then move on. You keep learning and you keep finding tricks from different coders and different people who are experienced in one field of coding. So many times we were learning together a totally new code that she hadn't heard of and I hadn't heard of, but we had to use it to get our needed product. Yes. Website. I think in a few minutes. Basically, here's the slideshow I was talking about. It's rotating the carousel function throughout these images. And then for the gallery, which was using the CSS and HTML function, I have a bunch of different photos that I use the columns and graphs for by using CSS. And then the About Me page is just writing and my photo. Yeah. Thank you.